Am I the a-hole for telling my sister-in-law to leave after she announced her pregnancy at my engagement dinner? My engagement dinner was on Tuesday. My fiancé M27 and I F25 did our best to afford the party at a decent restaurant. His and my family came as well as our friends. We had a great time. Great dinner and even brought a photographer, my sister's best friend, and everything was going fine. Until my sister-in-law, my fiance's sister, approached me with her husband and handed me my engagement gift. This was sweet of her. Really. I opened it to find a pair of baby shoes inside. My fiance put his drink down and asked what? Yup, how? Then turned to Mel and shouted, Mom. Mel got up asking if I was pregnant. What? No. It was a sin-filling gift. I asked my Sil, what is this? Sil said, congratulations, you're going to be an auntie and uncle. She announced that she and her husband were expecting. I was in shock as everyone got up from their seats and started congratulating her and her husband for their pregnancy. My fiance got up to congratulate his sister and her husband. The guests kept talking to them for a long period. I pulled my Sil aside and asked why she decided to announce her pregnancy at my engagement party specifically. She said she and her husband saw this as a chance, since most of the family was there, and it's a double joy. I explained that I've been looking forward to my engagement dinner for a long time, and spent time and money to make it happen. I flat out called her behavior out, and told her her announcement was at the wrong place, wrong time. We am ready have a not so good relationship, so for her to think that it was cool to do that is not okay. She got all pissed and accused me of already resenting her baby because it's the first grandchild and that she doesn't want to play my mental games, and called me petty to see things from this perspective. It escalated after she raised her voice. I asked her to please. She told my Mill I was kicking her out for just making her pregnancy announcement ABD. She suited with her. Sil and her husband said they were going somewhere else to celebrate and asked who wanted to join them. We had no choice but end the party soon, since most of my fiance's family wanted to go. After giving me nasty looks for my early on confrontation with my Sil, I felt awful because my family were left alone and my fiance was the only one who stayed. My fiance said, had I not started arguing with his sister, none of them would wanted to leave, basically saying I ruined my own engagement dinner. Was I wrong? Should I just sucked it up and not confront her? Accused me of already resenting her baby because it's the first grandchild. That right there exposes her motive. She didn't do it because all the family was together and to give extra joy. She did it because she has set in her mind a competition with you and your relationship. So if you are having the wedding, then she's having the baby. I'm not saying she had a baby just to one-up you, but it does make her have something you don't for the moment. You're not the a-hole. Even if you were on good terms with Sil, it'd be extremely rude to announce the pregnancy the way they did, especially through framing it as a gift to you. Your relationship with Sil already being sour just adds to the tar factor. Let me just absolutely one-up my Sil's engagement dinner by announcing that I'm pregnant. Based on your description, it seems your Sil deliberately manipulated the family afterward as well. OP should count this as a blessing in disguise. This is a glimpse into what life will be for OP after marriage. Even though the fiancé stayed, he still thought OP was in the wrong. OP should seriously reconsider this engagement. God, telling someone you're gonna be an aunt uncle as a gift is so ducking cheesy. Like, where is the actual gift, man? Edit, you're not the a-hole. By the way, you're not the a-hole. She blindsided you with the gift, so I can't fault you for getting upset in the moment. You should tell her she's on the hook for half the cost of the dinner if she really thought it'd be appropriate to piggyback hijack your event. Exactly. She essentially forced it to be a joint party. Edit, congrats on your award. Sorry, but you're not the a-hole. Yes, you could have been the bigger person and had a nice conversation with her afterwards. But the party took a major turn once she made her announcement. It was no longer about you and fiancé, and to me that's shitty. I don't blame you at all for making her leave right in the moment so you could have a good time at your party. I have a huge problem with people that try and hijack someone else's special day party, whatever it is, and make it about themselves. Because there's always some jackass that has to make the host feel bad for wanting their day event to be about them. And most of the time, The host feels bad for feeling upset about it, so they don't say anything to try and keep the peace, but then end up just feeling slighted and crappy. No. It is your day. You deserve to be happy on that day. She was 10,000% wrong for trying to make it about herself, and I agree that it was totally planned. Also, the comment about you being jealous because she's having the first grandkid, that tells me that she feels better than you because of it, and that's completely her own personal issue, not yours. I feel like she wanted to rub it in your face. People like that can't deal with being happy for others. It was probably eating her up inside to have to sit there the whole time and be happy for your engagement. She couldn't wait to steal the limelight. Also, for the commenter who blames you for even having an engagement party, not sure what the problem is with that. Lots of people have engagement parties. Everyone celebrates this chapter differently, and it's really not that unheard of. It's also not selfish. It's exciting. Is it so hard to just be happy and celebrate loved ones getting engaged? Good grief. Edit thanks. Kind stranger. For silver. Edit 2 thank you to. Other kind stranger. Edit 3 thank you to lol. I did not expect this comment to go over this well. You're not the a-hole. She planned that. You need to talk to your husband and decide if you want to be with someone that disregards your rightful feelings about a day that was supposed to be in celebration of the both of you to be ruined. Go to couples therapy. This is how it will be after your marriage as well. Worse actually. Definitely worse. And that husband's family bought into it during OP's engagement party. That's very telling about how family dynamic works. True that. What will happen when they have kids? Constant criticism and ganging up on her. Is it worth it? You'll definition need to talk. Listen, she's clearly a jackass and you're not the a-hole. But this was a delicate social situation, and it makes you look bad, because now she's an excited future new mother. Had you waited to call her out, you'd probably hear that the rest of the family also thought her behavior was inappropriate. But now they will make you look like the villain for kicking out a pregnant lady, instead of turning your engagement party into her own attention-feeding frenzy. I would have done the same thing though. Well, you have to ask yourself what you got out of that approach and what you would have gotten out of waiting and talking to her afterwards. With this approach you got the satisfaction of calling her out on the spot, but your party ended abruptly. If you'd waited and talked to her afterwards you would have gotten a party plus the long cool satisfaction of taking the higher ground. In general, I'd go for short-term satisfaction with strangers and the long cool high ground with family that you're going to be stuck with for years. Everyone sucks here. Please subscribe.